Going to discuss about relational database management systems in relationships. The degree of a relationship equal to the number of entity sets that participate in the relationship. Mostly binary relationship, sometimes more. Mapping cardinality of relationship, one-to-one relationship, one-to-many relationship, many-to-one relationship, and many-to-many relationships. So the types of relationships in relational database management systems. So we are related to things around us in some or other way. We are related to our family, friends, etc. And these relationships are different kinds. For example, you and your father are related. There are a parent-child relationship between you. You have only one father, but he may have many children. You and your siblings are related. You and your teacher are related. The teacher teaches you as well as many other students. You also study from different teachers. The database relationships are also very similar to such relationships. We are done with the ER model, and we also know about the entity. Now, in this blog, we will see the database relationships, that is, in details we can understand the ER model in details. So, relationships in DBMS, any association between two entity types is called a relationship. Entities take part in the relationship. It is represented by a diamond shape. For example, a teacher teaches students. Here, teacher is a relationship, and this is the relationship between a teacher entity and student entity. Okay. We have two entity types of customer, that is customer ID, name and city, phone number, like that, and account number, type of balance. So we store the data of customer in one table in his account details in the account table. Now, to link these two tables, we need to insert the primary key customer ID of the customer, the table account. This key acts as a foreign key for the account table and refers to a column with the same name in the customer table. This is how a relationship between two tables is established. So there are three types of relationships that can exist between two entities. So one-to-one relationship, one-to-many or many-to-one relationship, and one more is many-to-many relationships. So see the one-to-one relationship, such a relationship exists when each record of one table is related to only one record of the other table. For example, if there are two entities, person, passport, so each person can have only one passport, is it not? And each passport belongs to only one. Okay. So one person has one passport, like that. That is one to one relationship. Just example. Such a relationship is not very common. However, such a relationship is used for security purpose. So I said that example, no, we can easily store the passport ID in the person table only. But we can make another table for the passport, because passport number may sensitive data, and it should be hidden from certain users. So by making a separate table, we provide extra security that only certain database users can see it. Next, one to many or many to one, that is relationship. Next, relationship. And this type of relationship, when each record of one table can relate it to one or more than one record of the other table. That means this relationship is the most common relationship found. A one to many relationship can also be said as many to one relationship also, depending upon the way we can view it. Okay, for example, if there are two entity types, customer and account, okay, then each customer can have more than one account, but each account is held by only one customer. That means in this example we can say that each customer is associated with many accounts. That means one customer have more than one account, no? Like that. So it is a one to many relationship. But if we see it the other way, that means that is many account is associated with one customer. Then we can say that it is many to one relationship. That means one customer has n accounts. That means the number of accounts. So one more relationship is many to many relationship. In this type of relationships, when each record of the first table can be related to one or more than one record of the second table, and a single record of the second table can be related to one or more than one record of the first table. That means a many to many relationship can be seen as one to many relationship which is linked by a linking table or associate table. The linking table links two tables by having fields which are the primary key of the other two tables. We can understand this, just see the example. If there are two entity type customer and product, then each customer can buy more than one product, and a product can be brought by many different customers. Customer M buys n products, like that. So now we can understand the concept of the linking table. Here we can have the order entity as a linking table, which links the customer and the product entity. So we can break this many to many relationships into one to many relationships. First, each customer can have many order where each order is related to only one customer. Second, each order is related only one product, whereas there can many orders for the same product. That means a customer one makes n orders. One customer makes n orders and n orders for one product, like that. In the above concept of linking can be understood with the help of taking into consideration all the attributes of the entities. Customer, order and product. We can see that the primary key of both customer and product entity are included in the linking table, that is order table. So these key acts as foreign keys while referencing to the respective table of the order table. And self relationship, sometimes entities in a entity set may relate to other entities in the same set, thus self relationship. Here employees manage some other employees. The labels manager and worker are called role the self relationship. And weak entity is the one of that depends on its own entity. That is a strong entity for its existence. A weak entity is denoted by the double rectangle. Weak entity do not have the primary key. Instead, it has a primary key that uniquely discriminates the weak entities. Some entities sets the real world naturally depends upon on the other entity set. So it denotes, as we know that it denotes a double rectangle for weak entity set and double diamond for weak entity relationship and dashed underscore for discriminator. Observe the slide. And the primary key of a weak entity is a composite key formed from the primary key of the strong entity and partial key of the weak entity. The collection of similar weak entities is called weak entity set. The relationship between a weak entity and a strong entity is always denoted with an double quotes. Extended ER features, generalization and specialization shows the inheritance of attributes. A lower level entity set inherits all the attributes and relationship participation of the higher level entity set to which it is linked. A lower level entity set may have additional attributes and participate in the additional relationships, also known as the superclass subclass relationship. Specialization, generalization. So constraints. So constraints, integrity constraints are a set of rules. It is used to maintain the quality of information. Integrity constraints ensure that the data insertion, updation and other process have to be performed in such a way the data integrity is not affected. Thus, integrity constraints is used to guard against the accidental damage to the database. And constraints, we have integrity constraints, and that's classified into domain constraints, entity integrity constraints, and referential integrity constraints, and key constraints. And the domain constraints can be defined as the definition of a valid set of values for an attribute. The data type of domain includes string, character, integer, time, date, currency, etc. Next one is the entity integrity constraints states that primary key value cannot be null. This is because the primary key value is used to identify individual rows and relation, and if primary key has a null. The entity integrity constraint states that primary key value cannot be null. This is because the primary key value is used to identify individual rows in relation, and if the primary key has a null value, then we can't identify those rows. A table can a null value other than the primary key field. Next, referential integrity constraints is specified between two tables. In the referential integrity constraints, if a foreign key in a table 1 refers to the primary key table 1 refers to the primary key table 2, then every value of the foreign keys table 1 must be null available in the table 2. So key constraints, these keys are the entity set that is used to identify an entity within its entity set uniquely. An entity set can have multiple keys, but out of which one key will be the primary key. A primary key can contain a unique and null value in the relational table. And domain constraint, declaring an attribute to be of a particular domain, acts as a constraint on the values that it can take. Participation constraint of an entity set in a relationship can be total or partial, thus acting as a constraint on the values. Cardinality constraint, the type of mapping one to one, one to many, many to one, and many to many acts as constraints on the values. Constraints on generalization, disjoint. A disjointness constraint requires that an entity belongs to no more than one lower level entity set within a single generalization. Overlapping generalization, the same entity may belongs to more than one lower level entity set within a single generalization. For example, an employee may appear in more than one of the team entity sets that are lower level entity sets of employee. The same person can be both an officer and a secretary. ER model, limitations of ER model cannot represent relation among relationships. ER model some employee branch job combination may not have a manager. Since every employee branch job combination manages is also in works and there is redundant information. And limitation ER diagrams examples. University ER diagram. ER model is based on the notation of real world entities and relationships among them. ER model is the best used for the conceptual design of a database. So ER model is based on entities and relationships. Database languages, procedural and non-procedural. Procedural database languages determines what and how a process should be done. Relational algebra. Non-procedural, it is concerned with a what, not the how. Types of SQL statements. Data definition language DDL specifies the database schema, that means create command, alter and drop commands are used in this DDL. And data manipulation language DML enables the user to access or manipulate data such as insertion, deletion and manipulation or records, insert, delete, update,